What if I told you that the journey to financial freedom doesn't begin in a classroom but in the real world, with real experiences, successes, and failures? Today, we're uncovering the extraordinary life of Robert Kiyosaki, a man who went from military service to failed businesses and ultimately to becoming one of the most influential financial educators in the world. How did he transform his life, and what can we learn from his journey? Buckle up, because we're about to take a deep dive into the story of the man who rewrote the rules of wealth. Robert Kiyosaki's story is a compelling journey that reflects his unique approach to life, business, and wealth. Born on April 8, 1947 in Hilo, Hawaii, Kiyosaki was raised in a family that valued education and hard work. His father, Ralph H. Kiyosaki, was an educated man, serving as a teacher and later as the superintendent of education for the state of Hawaii. Kiyosaki's mother was a registered nurse. Growing up in a middle-class family, Kiyosaki was exposed to the traditional path of getting a good education to secure a stable job. However, his life would take a different turn, one that would challenge the conventional wisdom of financial success. Kiyosaki's early life in Hawaii was shaped by the contrasting financial philosophies of two influential figures in his life, whom he famously referred to as his poor dad and rich dad. His biological father, the poor dad, represented the conventional wisdom of the time: work hard, get a good education, and climb the corporate ladder. This philosophy, while well-intentioned, focused on job security and a steady paycheck rather than financial independence. In contrast, Kiyosaki's rich dad was the father of his best friend, Mike. This man, who lacked a formal education, possessed a keen understanding of how money worked. He believed in entrepreneurship, investing, and making money work for you, rather than working for money. This dichotomy between the two fathers' philosophies left a lasting impression on Kiyosaki and became the foundation of his financial education. After graduating from high school, Kiyosaki attended the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy in New York, where he received his Bachelor of Science degree. The academy provided him with a strong foundation in leadership and discipline, qualities that would serve him well in his future endeavors. Upon graduation in 1969, Kiyosaki was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the U.S. Marine Corps. Kiyosaki served as a helicopter gunship pilot during the Vietnam War, a period that profoundly influenced his character and worldview. The war exposed him to the harsh realities of life and death, and he learned invaluable lessons about leadership, responsibility, and resilience. These experiences shaped his belief in the importance of taking calculated risks and being prepared for the unexpected. After his military service, Kiyosaki faced the challenge of transitioning to civilian life. He initially worked as a salesman for Xerox Corporation, where he honed his skills in sales and business. However, he soon realized that working for someone else was not his path to financial freedom. Inspired by his rich dad's teachings, Kiyosaki decided to pursue entrepreneurship. Kiyosaki's first business venture was a company that sold nylon and Velcro surfer wallets. The business enjoyed initial success, but it ultimately failed due to high manufacturing costs and poor financial management. Despite this setback, Kiyosaki was undeterred. He viewed failure as a learning opportunity, a stepping stone toward success. Undeterred by his early failure, Kiyosaki started another business, this time selling licensed t-shirts for heavy metal rock bands. The company was moderately successful, but it too eventually faced financial difficulties. These experiences taught Kiyosaki important lessons about the challenges of entrepreneurship, the importance of financial literacy, and the need for a sound business model. In the early 1980s, Kiyosaki shifted his focus to education. He co-founded the Accelerated Learning Institute, which offered business education and personal development seminars. It was during this time that Kiyosaki began to develop the ideas that would later become the foundation of his financial philosophy. He saw a gap in the education system. While schools taught students how to earn money, they did not teach them how to manage or invest it. Kiyosaki believed that financial education was crucial for achieving financial independence, and he set out to fill this gap. In 1997, Kiyosaki published his first book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which quickly became a bestseller. The book was a synthesis of the lessons he had learned from his two dads and his own life experiences. Rich Dad, Poor Dad challenged conventional beliefs about money and education, arguing that financial literacy and entrepreneurship were the keys to financial success. The book emphasized the importance of acquiring assets, such as real estate, stocks, and businesses, that generate passive income, rather than relying solely on earned income from a job. Rich Dad, Poor Dad resonated with millions of readers worldwide, many of whom were disillusioned with the traditional path of working for a paycheck and saving for retirement. The book sparked a movement, inspiring people to rethink their approach to money and take control of their financial futures. Kiyosaki's straightforward and often provocative writing style made complex financial concepts accessible to a broad audience. Following the success of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Kiyosaki went on to write several more books, each of which expanded on the principles outlined in his first work. His books, including Cash Flow Quadrant, Rich Dad's Guide to Investing, and The Real Book of Real Estate, continued to explore the themes of financial education, entrepreneurship, and investing. Kiyosaki's Cash Flow Quadrant introduced the concept of the 4 types of income earners: employees, self-employed, business owners, and investors. He argued that true financial freedom could only be achieved by moving from the left side of the quadrant, employees and self-employed, to the right side, business owners and investors. Kiyosaki also created the Cash Flow board game, which was designed to teach financial principles in a fun and interactive way. The game, which is often described as Monopoly on steroids, allows players to practice investing in real estate, stocks, and businesses, all while managing their personal finances. The goal of the game is to escape the rat race and achieve financial independence, mirroring the principles Kiyosaki advocates in his books. In addition to his work as an author and educator, Kiyosaki became a sought-after speaker and a media personality. He appeared on numerous television shows, including Oprah and Larry King Live, where he shared his views on money, education, and investing. Kiyosaki's message was simple but powerful. The rules of money have changed, and those who adapt will thrive. Kiyosaki's success as an entrepreneur and author brought him financial wealth, but it also brought criticism. Some critics argued that his advice was too simplistic, or that it downplayed the risks of entrepreneurship and investing. Others questioned the accuracy of the stories in his books, particularly the existence of his rich dad. Kiyosaki responded to these criticisms by emphasizing that his books were meant to be educational tools, not autobiographical accounts. He maintained that the lessons he taught were more important than the specific details of his life. Despite the controversy, Kiyosaki's influence continued to grow. He built a global brand around the Rich Dad philosophy, with seminars, coaching programs, and online courses. He also expanded his investments, particularly in real estate, where he applied the principles he taught to achieve financial success. Kiyosaki's later years have been marked by a continued commitment to financial education. He has written numerous books on a wide range of topics, including the importance of financial independence, the dangers of debt, and the need for continuous learning. He has also become a vocal critic of the traditional education system, arguing that it fails to prepare students for the financial realities of the modern world. Kiyosaki's financial philosophy is built on a few core principles: the importance of financial education, the value of entrepreneurship, and the power of investing in assets that generate passive income. He believes that anyone can achieve financial independence if they are willing to challenge conventional wisdom, take risks, and invest in their financial education. Today, Robert Kiyosaki is considered one of the most influential figures in the world of personal finance. His books have sold millions of copies, and his teachings have inspired a generation of entrepreneurs and investors. Despite the challenges and controversies he has faced, Kiyosaki's message remains clear. Financial freedom is within reach for those who are willing to learn and take control of their financial destiny. Robert Kiyosaki's journey is a powerful reminder that financial success isn't about where you start. It's about where you're willing to go and the lessons you're willing to learn along the way. From his early struggles to his ultimate triumphs, Kiyosaki has shown us that the path to wealth is paved with knowledge, resilience, and a willingness to think differently. If his story has inspired you to take control of your own financial future, don't stop here. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on our next video, where we'll dive deeper into Rich Dad strategies, Poor Dad mistakes. And if you found value in this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who could use a little financial inspiration. Remember, your journey to financial freedom starts with a single step. Why not take that step today?